Hey everyone, my name is Matt. Welcome to my shop. Today is June 11th and it's my weekly shop update. So I had a pretty productive week last week, which feels just really great. So I got the waterfall tables video all finished up and released. So if you didn't see that already, check out the link. I think it's up there, probably if I put it there. And it's also down in the description as always. That was a fun, long edit. It took me a couple days to get that edited, but I'm happy to have that out there. And yeah, overall just happiness in that department. So the other thing I finished up was the Elfi table. I also made this stabilized resin mallet. Well, I guess Dema did a lot of the making. I made the handle blank for it, got that made. And yeah, let's take a look at the Elfi table first. So here's a look at the final Outfeed table. I got those nice box elder drawer fronts on there. I got some nice poles. The drawers work nicely. Live edge ash slab up top. I'm really excited to get some stuff in here and fill it up. This thing turned out really just amazing. I love the look of it, and I'm happy I put finish on it because most things in the shop, for shop like storage or whatever, I've never bothered to put finish on them, but I'm glad I did this time because I think, well, I guess it's kind of a lie. I was going to say this actually looks better. It looks like it would take finish better than some of the other stuff I've done. But like my other cabinets in the shop have they're all like spalted maple drawer fronts, which probably will look pretty cool with finish, but I just didn't care enough. So this thing is actually heading out on Wednesday for a bit. As part of the build video for this, I'm also doing an article for Woodworker's Journal. So I'm taking this over to Rockler, and we're going to do some pictures of it there. So before I fill up with stuff, I'm going to take it over there before I have to like take everything out of it and bring it over there and then put everything back in it. But I'm looking forward to having the storage space once again because I have a lot of little stuff all over the shop, and these 4 drawers and this open cavity over here is going to take up a lot of the stuff I have floating around the shop and just make things so much more organized. So this week I finally tried Resin Stabilizing. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time. A lot of people have asked. I've had this jug of stabilizing resin sitting on the lathe for like 6 months, and everyone keeps asking me when I'm going to use it. I finally used it, and it was a lot of fun. I think this as a process I can see it being very addicting. I'll probably do some more of it in the future, but anyway, I did a video on my first time experience doing this, or at least I shot it. I have it mostly edited already. It'll probably be out this week, but it's going to cover my experiences or like the process I went through for my first time doing it. Basically taking a piece of really, really spalted maple, this stuff right here, which weighs almost nothing. It has like no structural integrity, and it's super punky and soft, and pumping that full of resin, essentially making it very hard, very stable, and then Dema turned that piece of wood into the hammer handle for me and mounted it into one of his heads. So really cool process of showing how to go from a junky piece of wood to an actual finished product that actually can be used for something. So we'll make the blanks out of something this size and then go to Dema's shop and turn the actual hammer and mount it in one of the heads. So that was an overall really fun experience, and I'm really looking forward to sharing that process. It's a lot of fun, and this really opens up a lot of possibilities for working with some things that normally wouldn't be possible, like making a handle like this out of something that would otherwise just fall apart. The other thing I wanted to give you a quick update on are these guys, the Sawmill plans. So this is probably going to be out this week finally. This is like the most recent version. I found some typos I need to get fixed, but other than that, I have to do the final assembly with all the text stuff that goes with this, but this will be out probably this week. So 132 pages right now. Every bit of information and detail you could possibly want to make your own giant bandsaw mill. And speaking of the bandsaw mill, that's what I'm working on this week. Tomorrow I'll be out there. I painted it last summer, because everyone said it was going to rust away to nothingness. But in part of that process, I took the whole thing apart and I never put it back together, and it became winter and I got busy doing other stuff. So tomorrow I'll start getting back to putting it back together. I have a bunch of small stuff I still have to do to finish up that version of the mill. So basically to build what is spec'd out in here. So like everyone tells me I should install a lube system. I've had a lube system since I started building the mill. I just never installed it because I wanted to get actually cutting stuff. I was sick of building things. So things like that I'm going to take care of this week, get those knocked out and finalized, and then start cutting some logs. So I'm excited about I'm not excited about the work, doing all that stuff to the mill to get it done, but I'm excited about the idea of using it again. So yeah, I think that's all that's going on this week, for me at least. Let's take a look at some viewer projects. First this week is a Workbench by Don. It's made from beech with walnut accents and is finished with Watco teak oil. It features wedged through tendons in the base and some really nice dovetails connecting the end cap to the top. Next this week is a coffee table by Mike. Mike is a tree surgeon on the south coast of England, and the table is made from spalted beech. Mike says he bought an Alaskan mill and now slabs as much wood as he can. This was the first table that Mike made, and it allowed him to try some techniques like router sled flattening using a hand plane and a card scraper. Next this week is a dining table by Dusty. The top is made from a flitch of mesquite, sun, and phoenix, and the legs are made from another mesquite slab bought from the same sawyer. The top is about 53 inches square, and the table is made to go in a cabin. Last this week is a guitar stand by Jim. It's made from walnut and ash, and this was Jim's first try at bent lamination. Jim has a few videos on his YouTube channel that shows the whole process of making this stand, so definitely check that out. So I think that's it for me this week. Look for the resin stabilizing and turning video this week, and if you haven't already seen Dema's little hammer guys, right here, these guys again, I'll leave a link to Dema's stuff in the description if you want to check those out. These little hammers are fantastic for chiseling, and they're just absolutely beautiful. Like, he doesn't make an ugly one, which is kind of cool. So anyway, that's all from me this week. Thank you as always for watching. I greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments about anything I talked about this week, anything here in my shop, please feel free to leave me a comment. As always, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. And until next time, happy woodworking.